Hello, my loves. It's Melanated Magic with another banger here. How y'all doing? How are you? How was your previous day, your night? Have you had a good day? Have you been practicing some of the things that I've been posting on my channel? Are they helping you? Please post it in the comments. So let's get down to the subject of today. I desire to discuss what is a poverty mindset. And I didn't know I had a poverty mindset because this society instills certain things in us, excuse me, y'all. And it helps us, it makes us, first of all, believe that we have to work a 9 to 5. It makes us believe that we have to go to college. And pretty much what they're doing is turning us into good workers. But they never really teach us other skills, like letting you know that you can own your own business and that nothing is out of your reach. But because we grow up in a certain way, then we start setting limits and limitations. For example, I used to go shop and be like, oh, that costs too much. Oh my gosh, that's expensive. Oh no, I cannot afford that. Have you ever found yourself using those types of words? Well, those words are, whether you know it or not, are very low vibrational words because you are what you think. So if you're already thinking poverty and lack, then you are going, that's it, what you're going to experience. You're going to experience poverty and lack because that's what you're talking. That's the reality you're telling yourself when you say it's too expensive, when you say you can't afford it. Rather, instead, I started learning how to counteract those words. For example, well, I don't have it right now, but I may just come for it later. Or, well, okay, it costs $200. Let me see how badly I desire it. Or, you know what, it's not that important right now because I'd rather put my money on something else. Or I don't have the money for that right now, but I will put the money towards this. Like going to the restaurants. Some people don't like tipping their servers, which they're doing an act of servitude. And you don't have to be served. So people love being served, but they don't like reciprocating the love and the hard work. Because, oh, I don't like how you talk to me. I don't like how you treated me. But these people are working their ass off at the restaurant and you ought to be generous. So people that are not generous, some people call them tightwads, cheapskates, frugal. I don't like that because to me, the universe is about reciprocation, right? And it's about an action, creating an equal and opposite reaction. So the more you put out, the greater comes back to you. Shake down, press together, running over, right? But the more you hold on, yeah, you're holding on to that. But what are you doing with that money? Are you investing it? Are you saving it for something else? Are you always going to be a cheapskate? Because some people are just always cheapskates. They're never going to change. They're so afraid of letting that money go that they have a tight fist with it. No, you have to learn to be a generous human being and give to people. Do acts of kindness because it's not just about money. A poverty mindset is a person who lack, because if you hold back in one thing, you hold back in other things. But if you give, it'll come back to you. Maybe not from the same source that you gave into, but it's a recycling, right? The person you bless might not be the one who will come back to bless you. It'll be somebody else, but you will get that blessing. And sometimes it'll be years later. You're going through a crappy situation and lo and behold, somebody remembered your kindness and they stepped in to help you. Or a person stepped in with their acts of kindness to help you because they like your personality. They see that you're confident, that you're consistent, that you know what you're about. People just can read that in a human being. Energy does not lie. So if you have a strong discernment, you can read people, you know, whether that person is the type that always wants to be treated. They are the last to contribute because they're hoping everybody else takes care of the check. They will never treat you as, they always split the check down the middle. They don't sometimes just do an act of generosity, and not because the person's poor or broken, but you're doing it more for yourself, right? Because the more you give, the more you receive. And once you understand that law, once you understand that concept, money has wings. It will find a way to leave you and it'll find a way to come back to you. You just have to learn how to have a relationship with money. And I'm gonna give you an excellent book that I loved. It's part of my library. Here it is. Give me 1 second to grab it. Don't move. Take a screenshot of this book. And that's why when people come to my place of business, I like generous people, because there's people who will go out of their way to give me a kind Google review. There are people who will go out of their way to give me an extra tip. And those rare gems, because it doesn't happen all the time, unfortunately, for them, because I'm always blessed, because I'm a giver. I'm generous. I'm not cheap, and plus I'd rather spend it while I'm here. What am I going to do harvesting all that money and I can't take it to the grave with me? You can't be greedy with what you're blessed with. You're blessed with things. So if you have enough and you're happy, bless others with your excess. Give to others, help others. You don't just have to make money for you, but that goes to show the selfishness of this world, that it's like, oh, as long as I have a comfortable home, as long as I have a decent car, as long as my family is okay, that's my, and then my world is fine. Other people are like, you know what? I like being blessed, and I love the feeling, and I love for other people to have that feeling, because my heart doesn't like other people experiencing lack. And if I have it and I could put a smile on somebody's face, I'm going to do it, right? Like when I give to somebody homeless, I don't care what they're going to use that money for. That's their business. Once it touches their hand, what business is it yours, what they're going to do with it? Once you transfer the money into somebody else's hand, consider it no longer yours. And that's an important lesson I had to learn, because generous people sometimes are taken advantage of if you don't know how to have strong boundaries there. Because takers will take. You give them an inch and they take a whole football field, right? They don't know about boundaries. They don't know about gratitude. And they come back today and then tomorrow. And no, you got to cut that. You got to cut it quick. Fine, I helped you once, maybe twice. You coming back again? No. You have to know how to say no. Go and stand in front of the mirror and practice no. N-O, no. It's such an easy word. So, but a lot of people don't know how to receive no. Unless, of course, the person with the poverty mindset is, oh, I got blessed today. They gave me this, they gave me that. I feel blessed knowing that I have enough to be able to share it with others, to be able to give, whether it's a piece of jewelry I made or a book that I recommend, here it is, before I forget, a screenshot that is called Happy Money by Ken Honda. Very good read, and hopefully it'll change your mindset about your relationship with money. And it's a little book. Start there. It's a very little book. As you can see, the writing is not very tiny. It's a very good read. And I love Happy Money, because Happy Money circulates better. I hate people giving me things with grudges, like their heart is not in it. Kind of like a person be like, oh, eat all you want, but they're watching to see how much you eat, so that later on they could be like, oh, she's so greedy, because they watch every little thing, right? That's being taken because they have a poverty mindset. I mean, I'm like, it's done well, let's order some more, or we'll figure something else out. But I don't have that poverty mindset anymore. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have the money that I need right now for this, but what can I do to go gathering the money I need for this? How badly do I desire it? Do I really need it, or do I just desire it? And what do I have to do? Because whatever I set my mind on that I desire, I set the intent, I visualize it, and then I work towards it. I don't just be like, well, because there's people that tell you they just visualize. Because there's a lot of lazy people out there, and just because they're telling you it works for them doesn't make it right. Man was made to be productive. And a body in motion stays in motion, a body at rest stays at rest. So if your mind's at rest and you're not doing nothing but, hey, money's coming to me, where's the joy in that? The joy comes when you know that you contributed and that you were a part of the creation, because you are a co-creator. So yes, set the intent. Yes, visualize it. Yes, imagine it. Yes, show gratitude and give thanks for it. But at the same time, go and do your part, because nothing is going to be handed to you or fall in your lap. It happens, yes, but it's rare. Just like a miracle. Miracle is rare. That's why they call it a miracle. Whereas you can have everyday manifestations where you won't even have to call them miracles, because you now understand how to work your mind, how to operate your energy, how to start thinking differently and be transformed by renewing your mind. Just like how I renewed mine and continue to, because we're eternal beings. Our learning will never learn. And the more you learn, the more you realize you have more to learn. That's just life. However, You start by being generous. It doesn't mean you have to give away all your wealth. It doesn't mean that you have to give everything away. No, that is not the kind of generosity I'm talking about. Unless you're a wealthy philanthropist and you're generous that way, that's different because you can afford to give it at that level. Give according to what you can give. And if you can't give it, don't feel bad either, but don't do it just because you want to be a cheapskate. Because we're trying to change that poverty mindset so you can start thinking more, less lack and more abundance. That's the whole point of changing the poverty mindset. So hopefully this message resonated with you. Think about it. Go put in your pipe and smoke it now or later. It's your Melanated Magic, your favorite spiritual thug, checking out. If you haven't subscribed, why not? Hit that like button and help your sister out. Help the algorithm get out there so more people can find my channel. I love you all so much. I appreciate you stopping in to check my video for the day. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Much love. Peace.